Hi, friends. I'm Zach.
I'm Mitch.
And we are an excellent little podcast.
Presenting you a little movie podcast starring Zach and Mitch.
Wait, we're doing a podcast?
Zach, after a full year and 60 episodes, yes, we are doing a podcast.
Okay, well, we have been doing this since January 30th.
And we have cookies.
Yes, Happy New Year, my friends. Or I guess...
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, but I think we are the day... This is Christmas... Not Christmas Eve. This is New Year's Eve.
Oh, yes, it is
This
New Year's
is
Eve.
New Year's Eve. So... Happy 2023 if you're seeing this a little late. Happy 2046 if you aren't. But hey, my friends.
Hello.
We're bringing you almost full circle of our full year.
Yeah.
With our top 10 of 2022.
Yes, our top 10 of 2022. We're here to talk about our top 10 of 2022.
Yep, we're sticking pretty much primarily to films.
Yes.
We will have one streaming pick as we did before in our original top 10 most anticipated films of 2022.
Correct.
But we'll go ahead and start kind of like right off the bat. What do you think, Mitch?
I'm ready. But before we get started, just to let everybody know, yes, we are Disney cast members, so we therefore do not speak for the brand or the company, and our thoughts and opinions are our own, because I think one of us or both of us may have a Disney film in this list.
For sure.
So, Zach,
Yes.
since I started way back in January, would you like to start?
Absolutely, my friend. All right.
Fire away.
We'll go ahead and start with my number 10. So, starting off, we are starting with a movie that I am so mad is in my top 10. I'm not going to lie. And that is Tom Cruise's Top Gun Maverick.
No shit!
I cannot believe a movie that I really did not care for, I was really not looking forward to, is in my top 10. But Tom Cruise did a really wonderful performance coming back as Maverick, and the entire cast just did really well. The score was great, and the cinematography and the fighter jets was just terrific with a tremendous story. I just thought it was great. What, I mean, that's just kind of it for my number 10.
Well,
but
it's on my list.
Oh, it is on your list?
But
okay,
it's not number 10.
Okay, absolutely. Well, Mitch, what was your number 10 in that case?
Well, Zach, since you mentioned it, and this was on your top 10 of most anticipated.
Ooh, now I'm really excited.
It is Babylon.
Yes!
It is
I
Babylon.
will take it.
Yes.
I will take it.
What seals the deal for me was Margot Robbie's brilliant performance, and Damien Chazelle, even though I can understand why a lot of people may be divided on this film. It's his Ben Hur, man. I can't fault him for that. This is a very good, honest film, and it's gonna get a lot of Oscar nominations, I believe.
You saw it, you heard it. I won him over on that one. I'm gonna bring this to the grave the moment that this podcast continues on.
That is right.
This is my one victory, and I will take it.
All right, Zach, there's my number 10.
Awesome. Thank you so much, my friend.
What's your number 9?
My number 9 comes with one that I really was really kind of surprised that it's as high as it is. Violent Night is my number 9. I just had a really ball of a time with Violent Night. I thought it was so fun. I came in with like the lowest of low expectations because it's Santa Claus is coming to town and he's back for blood. But it was so...
As I eat a cookie.
It was just so fun. It was almost like the Home Alone sequel that I've been like really kind of wanting and just kind of got through it. And I wasn't expecting it, but just loved it. It was so great.
I can't believe it's on your top 10.
I know.
It's not in mine.
I'm not surprised. But what about you, my friend? What is your number 9 for 2022?
My number 9 is Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery.
Oh, one that we have not reviewed on our channel yet.
No, but
it did have a theatrical release, so it does count.
Yes, it does. But now, see, here's the thing. I love Knives Out, the first one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So good. All thanks to Daniel Craig. And he delivered in this one to a T. And I can't help but also thank Rian Johnson for coming back after, dealing with Last Jedi stuff, thinking that he wasn't able to replicate Knives Out. And I gotta say, it's not better than Knives Out, but it's close, and all thanks to Rian Johnson. I mean, period, amen. This movie is phenomenal. I loved every second of it. But I don't know. What do you think of? Have you seen it yet?
So that was one that did originally get away from me because it was only released a week. I just had a very busy week that week. Mm-hmm. I do know that was released on Netflix yesterday.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and probably take a look at it because, again, the original Knives Out was such a phenomenal murder mystery. Mm-hmm. I can't help but be at least a little bit curious.
Oh, yeah. All right. So there's our number 9s.
Yep.
Zach, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is The Menu.
No kidding.
The Menu is my number 8. I thought I was very much intrigued by the premise. I loved the format of the film going by the dishes. I thought that was phenomenal. And I thought just the performances overall were just really well-rounded from each and every cast and ensemble member.
I had to do it. Zach, now that you mentioned The Menu, I kind of want a cheeseburger now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to stick with this Publix cookie. Personally. Not sponsored.
Okay. My turn?
Yeah, I was about to say, what is your number 8, my friend?
Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I think I know you're probably thinking it's a little low on the list, but see, the film is still great. And I will also say some films may get a higher rating, but they're in the lower portion of, like there's one that is just a kneaded up, but this one is a clean plate.
Sure.
This is purely opinions. I just felt that, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, it deserved the 8th spot. It was still a great film, great performances, great direction, really a good step in the MCU. Just missing a few things, but overall, it was solid. I think it will still get really good looks for the Oscars this year.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think my little bit of New Year's resolution is really kind of going into like the difference between an eat it up and a clean plate for me.
Same.
I think I might have given out a few more clean plates than I really should have.
I will second that. I also gave out too many.
So I feel like, again, I really truly enjoyed Black Panther, but I feel again like it was one of those where I think we said it was a clean plate, but I think it was really just one of those eat it up just for me personally.
Oh yeah. And to be honest with y'all, who knows? Like one day a film may be a clean plate. The next day it may be an eat it up. Another day it may be a cook a little more. And sometimes I've seen it before where we both said we fed a movie to the dog and we ended up saying it was an eat it up later on. So our opinions can change at any time. But at this point, that's my number 8. Okay.
And still at this point, the 355, I would throw down the garbage disposal.
Yeah. Okay. So. What's your number 7, Zach?
My number 7 is going to be Till. I really loved the message and the strength of every single person in that film. And it's one of those films that you just have to kind of see to believe, truly.
It's my number 7 too.
Oh, look at that!
I know.
Perfect. Look at that. Oh
yes. Okay. So I gotta say, yes, the performances was what sold me on this, and the sheer gratitude of Emmett Till and Mamie Till Mobley, just the history involved in this, in the making of this film, was just chef's kiss. Wow, holy crap. I didn't think.
Look at that.
I love that. That was great. So now we can skip my number 7 because it was my number 7.
There we go.
Zach.
Till is the excellent little podcast number 7 of 2022. Stamp of approval.
What's your number 6?
All right. So my number 6 then comes down to She Said. I really, 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 again, really wonderful message. I was genuinely on the edge of my seat the entire movie in terms of how they kept on turning up the dial on intensity, and the closer you got to that deadline, it just got so well, and then each performance was so well stacked and kept growing. So I just really love She Said as my number 6, but I'm interested to hear what your number 6 is.
May I just do one quick thing on
Oh yeah,
She Said?
absolutely.
I really enjoyed the film. I think it should have been on my top 10. It's just I think going back, it was in my 15, but
Okay.
I put it at, I think it was number 11, so it was
That's
close.
fair.
I still really enjoyed it, and
fair.
I think that's a good pick. My number 6 Nope.
It
was Nope.
Okay.
Even though going back on it, I knew it had a lot of connections to Jaws, but you still got to appreciate Jordan Peele's knack for storytelling in the horror ways of filmmaking, and you got to give a lot of credit to Daniel Kaluuya.
Oh yeah, 100%.
As the leading man in this film. Just those two together, they are a dynamic duo in the horror filmmaking business, and I hope they continue to make films. And Nope is, in my opinion, probably the best horror / thriller of this year. Okay, that isn't like a whodunit style, like See How They Run or Knives Out or Glass Onion. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, what'd you think of my number 6?
I'm a little surprised that Nope kind of made an appearance there. It was on my list of considerations. I think it's in my top 15, but it doesn't make an appearance. But I really did look forward to it coming into 22, and it is definitely one of the stronger films coming out of 2022.
All right, we're at the 5 mark.
5 golden films, I guess.
Muppets. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is going to be Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans. I really enjoyed this film. I am surprised it's not as high on this list as I was anticipating, because Fabelmans snuck up on me a little bit. Because originally, to be honest, I was so excited for West Side Story that I was still in kind of like the West Side Story high, that I was like, we got a Spielberg film the year before. We're not going to get another one, for a while, the immediate year after. Slap. Fabelmans is right there. So it caught me off guard. I really enjoyed it. And I just turned into I've kept on thinking about it ever since that I've seen it. But yeah, that's my number 5.
I really wanted to put it in my top 10. It just didn't make the cut. Okay. But I still think it's one of Spielberg's best films in recent times.
For sure.
Not quite West Side Story, but it's still so good. So good pick, Zach. Good pick. All right, my number 5, Elvis.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Baz Luhrmann. Okay.
It is purely on us, Austin Butler as Elvis.
That's fair.
Him and Brendan Fraser, I think, are going to go at it for the Oscar race, in my opinion, at least. Elvis, I have a special place in my heart for Elvis, so I think it may be a little biased because my mom loved him, my grandparents loved him, but Elvis, I mean, come on, it's the king of rock and roll, baby. You got it, and you enjoyed this film, but
I did.
I really appreciated the pressure of the whole film, because making a film about Elvis, that's tough.
It's a tall order for sure.
And Baz Luhrmann delivered. Absolutely, he did.
I feel like Baz Luhrmann, though, is really the only director that could genuinely handle a Elvis biopic. So I was really excited that it was here, and that as well is a really good pick, my friend, for number 5.
Thank you very much. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is one that we've already discussed. It's Babylon.
Really?
I really genuinely love this film. Again, another one where I've continued to think about it since it's come out. Now, granted, this is one of our most recent ones that has come out, so of course it's still fresh on my mind.
Sure.
But it's just really well-provoking. It's in a time period that I've always been excited to really see a modern director take an interpretation on. And then Damien Chazelle. That's really all I have to say.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. I'm glad that's both in our top 10s because it shows that you and I, we know good films. We know good films. That's why we work so well together.
100%. But Mitch, I'm really interested because there's no way that Babylon is your number 4. What is your number 4?
The Batman.
I kind of saw this coming.
The Batman was the closest thing to a clean plate. I know you think it needs to cook a little more, but
I still think so, admittedly.
Batman, to me, is the pure definition of a great comic book film. Yes, I know where, Zach, you were coming from with Matt Reeves and how some things need to be tweaked. Yes, it's true. But come on, man. That was Matt Reeves has been here. That was his passion. That was his passion epic. And the thing is, we've got more coming from the Batman.
Which I am actively excited about. Do not get me wrong.
And Robert Pattinson as Batman, I mean, he was the best. Period. Amen. Yes, I want to see more Bruce Wayne, but it was just an overall great comic book film. And this year, best comic book film made this year. Period.
Yeah, I'll give you it. I'll give you it.
Thank you.
I will give you it.
All right. So before we get into an argument, you're number 3.
All right, my top 3. It's a little one that kind of came out of nowhere for both of us. See How They Run is my number 3.
That didn't make my list, but fire away.
Oh, really? I'm kind of surprised about that one.
I am too, but fire away.
But yeah, this one, it had the laughs. it had the really wonderful, loving Saoirse Ronan.
Wait. They said no spoilers, Zach.
You're right. I really can't talk about this film very much more. But I will say the performances are wonderful. Saoirse Ronan is always a win. And
so my number 3.
Everybody just did so really well. But your number 3.
I'm only saving your life because remember what happened.
You are right. Yeah. It's I would be an accomplice to murder. So yes. You are right. You are number 3, my friend.
So you are going to be excited about this number 3. It is Everything Everywhere All at Once. So this one
was rough for you at the beginning.
So when we saw it, it was in the middle of a double feature, and I had the worst sore throat. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had trouble just doing anything because it hurt so bad. And at the end of a double feature, you're tired.
Yeah,
you're
Are
exhausted.
tired.
You fell asleep.
I did.
But I can't help but think that this is the best multiverse film of the year, period.
Mm-hmm. And for you, since it's your number 3, one of the best films of the year.
Absolutely. I think it could win Best Picture.
Genuinely, yes.
I think it can. A24 does it again. I think A24 is just, they're made for independent film projects. Mm-hmm. And this film just did so well at box office. Like A24 is going to be a force to be reckoned with later on. Mm-hmm. And it's purely by the performances of the cast and the story and the producers, the Russo brothers, and Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, if she doesn't get nominated for Best Supporting Actress, there's going to be riots. She did so well in this film. But yeah, I'm assuming it's on your list?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about it? Because it's my number 2.
Is it really?
It's my number 2.
I love that. Period.
Again, exactly kind of what you said. However, I do have to say, the thing that really won me over for this film is that stupid rock scene. That stupid rock scene just hits you in the feels so hard, and it comes out of nowhere, and you're just crying about rocks, and you're like,
what?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! And they were rocks, not boulders.
Literally, that scene alone made it my number 2.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
And it's so freaking good.
Yeah.
It's so good. What is your number 2, my friend?
So you said it earlier. It is Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah. All right.
This movie from start to finish was just an absolute thrill. Ed Harris with him standing in the middle of the yard and Maverick flying over him and him not moving. Tom Cruise does it again. He just keeps getting better with age. The films he makes are better, other than the movie. But just the film was just a pure blockbuster when we absolutely needed a blockbuster film because it's still raking in the cash.
Oh, it amazingly is still raking in the cash.
And it needs to be. It needed to because I think at the time the box office was just really hurting at that because, No Way Home had come out. Doctor Strange was struggling a little bit. But Top Gun Maverick, bravo to everybody involved. That movie, great film. Not number 1, number 2. All right.
Well, now can I get a drum roll, please, Mitch? Because this is the moment that we are all been waiting for. Our streaming pick. That's right, my friends. It's our streaming pick right out of the gate, my friends. So this one is the one that I'm mad that Top Gun is on my list for the reason. Turning Red is my streaming pick because, God damn it, that should not have been a streaming movie. damn it, Disney. Well, more so specifically, damn it, Bob Chapek.
Yeah, he's not CEO anymore.
Not ain't CEO anymore. I'm so happy that Bob Iger is now back as the CEO of the Walt Disney Company, because he will not make a boneheaded decision to ever put a Pixar film straight to Disney Plus ever again.
Sure.
I promise you that. So I am extreme. So if Turning Red was released theatrically, Top Gun Maverick would not be on my list. And right. I can guarantee you that. I won't tell you exactly where it fits on my list, but Turning Red, I have continually rewatched it on Disney Plus nonstop ever since it's been released. So it is definitely my top streaming pick.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it, but it just didn't hit as much as it did you for me.
For sure.
I still enjoyed it. I still thought it was a good film. I'm glad we reviewed it.
Yeah.
Good pick, by the way.
Thanks.
My streaming pick, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Another one that we haven't seen, but this one I actually have actively seen, and this is a solid streaming pick.
I mean, I thought it was so good. I enjoyed the Disney remake for the most part, even though it was still kind of crap. But this one, from start to finish, I had the biggest smile on my face. There were tears running down my eyes. The voice cast was phenomenal. The direction was so wonderful. The music in it was great.
The stop motion.
Yes, absolutely. And stop motion for me was a lost art. And they brought it back. Bravo, Guillermo del Toro. I think it's a sure bet for animated feature.
100%.
It needs to be nominated for Best Picture. I don't know what the Oscar rules are now for streaming this year, but it needs to be looked at for Best Picture, period. And I don't want to talk about it anymore because I loved it so much, and I love it. All right, your number one, Zach.
All right, my friends, we have officially gotten to our number ones, and it's one that we saw at the very beginning. It's Cyrano. Okay. Cyrano is my number one. That soundtrack is phenomenal. Peter Dinklage, phenomenal. We had a really wonderful, interesting movie that had the music, had the action, had the romance. It is almost like a modern day Princess Bride, and I adored it. Cyrano is definitely, hands down, my number one of 2022.
Wait, I enjoyed it. I don't even think it hit my top 15.
Really?
But
Okay.
I still enjoyed it. So I think for you, that's definitely a good pick.
Thanks.
My turn.
Yep. What is your number one of 2022, Mitch Fesser?
The Northman.
Okay.
The Northman for
All
me
right.
was just, I loved every fucking second of this film. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I know a lot of people don't talk about it, but I just loved The Northman so much. It had action, it had drama, it had tears running about it, it had comedy, it had Willem Dafoe, it had just so many great things going on. Anya Taylor-Johnson, it just... or Anya Taylor-Joy, whatever her name is. I loved this film. It literally reminded me of a Viking film, and we've never gotten a Viking film, and it was so good.
Yep.
And it was directed by the same guy who did The Lighthouse.
Yep.
Just a great all-around film. Number one, period. Yes. That's our list.
That is it, my friends. That is us full circle now for 2022.
Yes.
Our top 10 movies of 2022. However, just to do a recap, my friends. So, since I guess I started off the list, Mitch, would you like to actually go ahead and do a recap for you, my friend?
I can. Now, streaming first.
Streaming first.
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Number 10, Babylon. Number 9, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. Number 8, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Number 7, Till.
Okay.
Number 6, Nope. Number 5, Elvis. Number 4, The Batman. Number 3, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Number 2, Top Gun Maverick. And number 1, The Northman.
There we go.
Zach Prewish.
Yes.
Fire away.
All right. So for streaming, Turning Red. Number 10, Top Gun Maverick. Number 9, Violent Night. Number 8, The Menu. Number 7, Till. Number 6, She Said. Number 5, The Fablemans. Number 4, Babylon. Number 3, See How They Run. Number 2, Everywhere, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And number 1, Cyrano.
That's our list, my friends. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, as we end this episode, don't forget to leave us one of these likes, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, or if you want to get close and personal, email us at elpodcastmz@gmail.com. But until 2023, my friends,
I'm Zach.
I'm Mitch.
And we are an excellent little podcast.